All right, welcome to another episode of 94 Feet. And the reason why we call it 94 feet is because we talk about everything that goes on in the 94 feet of the court. As you guys know, my name is Shane, one of your hosts, alongside co-host here.
The great Jay. I'm always right.
Okay. And back with another episode, so we're going to go ahead and get into it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So, first question. Shane's going to be wrong on this, but I'm going to ask him anyway. Who do you think is the hardest person to guard in the NBA?
All right. Hardest person to guard in the NBA.
To us, it's going to be everybody. It's going to be everybody to us. But, like, if you were in the NBA, you whatever, who would you say would be the hardest person to guard?
All right. Hardest to guard in the NBA, I have a couple. Because, you can easily say, like, anybody that's over, like, 6'8". 6'6" is going to be hard to guard. So you can have they don't even have to have the crazy skill level. If they 6'9", then it don't really count. So I'm going with guys that I feel like I would match up against. I'm 6'3". Okay. So if I had to match up against somebody, if they put me in an NBA game and I'm matching up, like I'm not going to be matched up on Jokic or Giannis or something like that. Right. So I'm going to just take that out. But hardest for me to guard, I was torn between two. And it was Curry or Dame, who I think is going to be the hardest to guard. And the reason why I think it's Curry or Lillard is because their shooting range, right? So I'm going to give the slight edge to Dame, even though Curry, I feel like is a better shooter, but like Dame, I feel like is faster. Like he has a quicker first step, like he has a quicker drive.
I agree with that.
So if I'm guarding him, I'm not guarding him out there at half court.
Yeah.
And that's already put me at a disadvantage because he's just going to shoot from half court. And I feel like if I try to get a little bit closer, he's faster than Curry, and he's going to blow by me. Mm-hmm. And so really, my other reason why I was thinking Curry is because his hezzy, I'm going to fall for it every time. I'm jumping. I'm falling for it every single time.
Right.
And so I'm like, it's just, I'm going to lose because him or Dame, like if they look at the rim, I'm jumping.
Right.
And then it's over. So I'm going with one of those. I'm going with Dame. I'm going to go with Dame just for the simple fact that
his shooting range? And he's faster.
Just his faster. So I feel like if I get a little bit too close on Dame, he will just blow right by me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think Shane. I think those are two great picks. You can't go wrong with
Kyrie.
those. You can't go wrong with those.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong
with
those.
Kyrie.
But you're wrong.
All right, who we going with?
Listen. So let me just poke a hole in your joints. Right?
Okay.
Steph Curry, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to chase him around. Which yes,
this is a 1-on-1 or this is like in a game?
This is in the game.
Okay.
This is a game. That don't change your answer.
Then I'm gonna say Curry because I'm not chasing him around. Right there. I'm talking about if it was 1-on-1.
Okay.
If we're in the game, I'm not running with Curry. I'm not doing a whole 6 miles a game. They say he running something like that, or 10 or something like that.
Crazy.
I'm not chasing Curry, so it's Curry.
Okay. So you say okay. So the person that's hardest to guard, right? You got to pick somebody that's unstoppable. Curry
is unstoppable.
If you are in shape, you can chase Curry. If you play physical, no, with the team, if you switch every time he comes off a thing, you can stop him. Not stop him, you can contain him.
It hasn't worked for anybody, bro. Nobody has found a way, so I'm definitely not going to be the solution.
Right, which I definitely understand. But if he runs, right, you can switch, and then, obviously it's going to be a mismatch. Yeah. He's going to score anyway. But it's some... It's playbooks, it's strategies against him.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Dame Lillard, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people bring this up. I love Dame, but you see what Drew Holiday did with him, it was 5 years ago, but still, he can be contained.
Do you see the clip when Drew Holiday is guarding him and he almost at half court? And Holiday is like 5 feet away. And he just look and he just pull up.
Yeah.
What do you do about that, bro?
I get that. But how many of those is he really gonna hit?
I think he has like a 30-something% shooting range from.
It's higher than Curry's. I know that.
From 30 feet away, I think he has like a 30% shooting.
He's not gonna shoot that all night though. is what I'm saying. And so there's footage on Dame being contained.
Okay.
This guy that I'm about to name is no footage on him being contained.
I'm ready. Just drop it.
I actually got two. I actually got two. First one is Kyrie. Let me tell you what. So first, Kyrie, his handles. Yeah. His handles is crazy. So
I got holes in that too.
Okay. So he can get by you with the dribble, right? Mm-hmm. And his fillet package is crazy. Pause. Mm-hmm. But like he makes any layup that you can think of. Mm-hmm. He can shoot the three. He can dribble. He obviously can dribble. Yeah. He can shoot the two. He can shoot the floater. Okay. He got a crazy layup. And he's a tough shot maker as well, which Curry is too. Dame is too. But one thing that I don't give Curry, which I see him like falling by the wayside, is because Curry is not as clutch as Dame or Kyrie Irving. Oh, both of them. He's not as clutch. Curry is not as clutch as Dame or Kyrie Irving.
Crazy.
No. He's not as clutch as them.
Crazy.
2016, he hit the shot. That's a moment in history.
Bro, you know how many game winners he had that year?
Who?
Curry. He had a bunch of game winners. I remember he hit the Magic with something crazy that year. He hit a couple of them.
Yeah, but I mean, he's never like the top in clutch like shooting though. It's Dame or Kyrie. I mean, you just saw the game yesterday. The Bucks and the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Kyrie in the fourth quarter going crazy. Dame, it's Dame time. So I mean, I think Dame. If you'd have went with Dame, I'd have
It's both.
I mean, it's no wrong answer here, but I'm going with Kyrie or Kevin Durant. See, the guy you can't.
But that's a given though, because I'm not.
You can't do anything. Even if you're 7 foot. It don't matter.
I'm not even going to put his name in there because I'm not going to be matched up unless there's a mismatch and he called me out. Which, I mean, he's 7 feet. So I'm 6'3". I'm not getting close to the shot.
Man. Yeah, that's
but I'm saying if I'm guarding that person and it's a one-on-one matchup the whole time and I'm like, I'm always on this player. Not if I got switched on because then I'm like, that's not my matchup anymore.
Yeah.
So if it's my matchup, that I feel like if I'm starting a game and they say, hey, this is your defensive matchup today, who's going to be the hardest? That's how I'm thinking about it. Like, they're not going to insert me in the game and say, your matchup is KD. So I'm going to already leave KD off the list because that's a given.
Okay, I feel you on that one. So mine would be Kyrie. If I got to face Kyrie the next day, I'm stressed.
I'm more stressed about Curry.
I don't think
respectfully.
So,
it's the reason why Curry averaged more points per game than him, has more rings than him, has a higher field percentage in the paint than Kyrie. You talk about the tough shots. The reason why Kyrie doesn't have a high, the reason why Curry has a higher field goal percentage in the paint than Kyrie is because all you got to do is hezzy. You get people jumping. He get an easier layup. So his layups don't have to be as contact, as finesse as Kyrie's. Because he can get easier layups than Kyrie, because of his threat of shooting.
Which I understand, but Kyrie, when he has the ball in his hand, he is a wizard.
He's a wizard.
He's an escape artist.
Why isn't his field goal percentage ever as high as Curry's?
Because he tries more tougher shots.
Because he has to. Because he has I saw something and somebody was like, Kyrie is hard to guard, but you notice a lot of his plays, a lot of times the people are in his plate, like his defender is in there with him, and that's why he has to have those crazy finesse layups. But Curry's, why are they a little bit easier? Why does he average more points per game than him?
Because he's taking easier shots.
Because he can make them look easier.
Okay, let me ask you this. Steph Curry, easier shots, and he averages, 30, whatever he averages.
Right now, he's probably averaging like 30.
Yeah.
28 to 30.
Kyrie averages, 24 or something, something around there.
What is lower shooting percentage.
Right.
Field goal percentage.
And he's taking tougher shots. Mm-hmm. I would respect somebody that's getting an easy layup. I would respect somebody less that's getting an easy layup than somebody that's like getting a contested jump shot.
But why is his layups easy?
Because he's running around like a mouse or something.
Bro, I see him off the dribble, bro. I seen him off the dribble be able to get easy layups, shooting floaters over the center. is because everybody falls for him looking at the rim. Once you look at the rim, I mean, once he looks at the rim, you already kind of at a disadvantage, and he takes advantage of that.
Kyrie is just more skilled though too. Like,
yeah, give him more skill.
He's more skilled. He can shoot
He's
that
not better,
left
though.
hand. I don't think he's better, but I think he would be harder to guard. Because if you're in shape, you can guard Curry.
No, you can't.
You're gonna run.
Bro, there's a reason why dude has a unanimous MVP. Did Kyrie play that year? Yeah, he did. Why didn't he get a unanimous MVP? This was before KD came. I'm taking a guy that has 2 MVPs,
Listen, are we talking
4
about
rings.
Who's better, or are we talking about who's unguardable?
It's a reason why he's able to do it, because
Kyrie
he's unguardable.
Is unguardable.
I feel like it's harder to guard Curry just by his shooting alone. So for you, I think you would have a tougher time guarding. Absolutely. I know how you play. I see you play. I know you can hoop. I feel like you have a tougher time guarding Curry than guarding Kyrie.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think so.
What are you going to do about the shot? Like, it's just he's probably going to go 10 for 10 on you.
Okay, I agree.
It's going to go 10 for 10.
Kyrie can do the same thing and make me look stupid.
Yeah, he can make you look stupid.
Getting a shot hit in your face from Curry, or look stupid and then still get a shot hit in your face.
But Curry's going to probably drop more on you.
I don't know, man.
Because he's going to shoot threes.
I give you that.
There's a reason why he can average 30.
I give you that, but at the same time, it's like, listen, once you play in front of a crowd, man, like, I ain't trying to look stupid, man. I ain't trying.
So you don't think I'm gonna look stupid?
Curry,
you seen that? What about Dylan Brooks when he was guarding Curry? And you seen that like 2 weeks ago when Brooks was guarding Curry and he was looking like a toddler out there on the playground.
I would rather get a shot hit in my face than me get crossed over a bunch of times and then get a shot hit in my face. Curry, that's tough, man.
It's not like his handles are that much behind Kyrie's, because he's gonna make you look stupid.
Man, don't do that.
I seen Curry make Kawhi look stupid, and it's hard to make Kawhi look stupid. I seen him make so many people look stupid. Like, you act like his handles are just that far away from Kyrie's.
It's way further.
It's not that crazy.
Distance, man.
What about what Curry did to Chris Paul? What about what he did, bro? I think you forget.
What he did to
I
Chris
noticed
Paul,
you've been putting a lot of disrespect on Curry's name.
I think
confused at why.
I think Curry's one of the greatest. I think he's the greatest shooter of all time. Greatest shooter I've ever seen in my life. But
with the
Kyrie
handles to go there too.
I don't think he got that many hands. I think he can handle the ball, but he don't have like. It's just different. He can handle the ball, but he doesn't have the Kyries. Put it that way. Like, he can handle the ball.
I give you that.
But he doesn't have the Kyries. Kyrie, like I said, he's an escape artist. That dude can get out of any situation, a double team.
Then why does he have to take tough shots?
Listen.
Then why does he have to take tough shots? That's what I'm saying.
You double team Curry, right? What is he going to do? He's going to pass the ball. Kyrie's going to split that somewhere. He's going to escape that, throw it off to somebody, get an easy shot. I'm trying to tell you, man, it's Kyrie Irving, man.
I'm going Curry.
All right. You're wrong, but I give you that. So, speaking of Kyrie Irving, one of his greatest teammates of all time, LeBron James. So, it was a big question that everybody was asking is, would LeBron be an all-time great if he never went to Miami?
All right. So, the thing about that one is I feel like LeBron will be, and it's kind of like what he said. I think he responded with, like, he'd still be as dominant with just a fewer amount of rings. And so I'll give that to him. I think he still would have been dominant, but I think the thing about it is he would have way less rings, the same way I feel like about KD. If KD never went to the Warriors, I don't know if he'd ever have a ring.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for me to put him as like a top elite player like the Jordans and Kobes, because they never had to leave to go get those rings. True. They never left to go get them. So it's like,
it's true.
Okay, LeBron took his team to the finals against the Spurs, so he was able to get there. Got swept.
I don't listen. A lot of people say LeBron took their team to the finals. I get it.
They got swept.
But if you got swept, you ain't go to the finals.
Exactly. And then he didn't go again until he joined Wade in his prime.
Hall of Famer.
Bosh in his prime. And so you went and you can take a back seat in a sense. Like that probably saved so many years on his body.
Yep.
To allow him to do what he's doing now in year 21. Because I mean, when you got prime Wade, prime Bosh, you don't have to do as many difficult things as Kobe did. Like Kobe had to carry a lot of those years, shaved a lot of time off his career by doing those type of things.
Right.
So I think LeBron would have still been dominant because I saw something recently, and it was him his highlights versus the Pistons when he scored like 27 straight.
Yeah,
so LeBron was definitely dominant.
Yeah.
But I think he would have been one of those dominant players that just maybe got 1 or 2 rings. I don't know if he'd have the 4 that he had now. So I think dominance-wise, I think he'd still be a great player. I don't think the rings would have came with it, though.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. As far as being dominant, I think he still would. I mean, it's LeBron James.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, he went.
He was doing what he was doing before
he was going to do what he was going to do.
Yeah.
He was only going to get better. But I don't think he would be in anybody's like top 5, maybe even top 10.
No, I think he would have been top 5.
I don't think so.
I would, because a lot of people care about stats, and he always had great stat numbers when he was with Cleveland. Before he went, he was averaging like 38 and 8. He had a lot of those.
And nobody cared about that because he never won the ring. That's what I'm saying.
But if he got 1 or 2,
just like Russell Westbrook, nobody cares that he averages a triple-double pretty much those 2 seasons, 3 seasons, or whatever it was.
But he would have got a ring, though. He would have got a ring. So if he would have had those same type of numbers and got maybe 1 or 2
one
rings,
ring ain't gonna get it done.
1 or 2, he would have been. He would have been in top 5. I think he would have been top 5.
Even 2 wouldn't have get it done. The
I think
hype
so.
that he came up with, the hype that he came in with, he wouldn't have been up there, man. I'm pretty sure because he came in with all this hype, man.
But nah, you think about it, right? Year 21. Think about what Bron is doing. Nobody else was able to do what he's doing right now, year 21. If he's still doing these type of things with 2 rings, because I'll give him the 2, right? Take the Heat rings away.
Okay.
Give him that Cavs one when he came back on the Warriors.
Yeah.
That would have been huge because they came back from a 3-1. So people would have already tried to goat him and give him a higher like title for being able to beat a 73-9 team, though. Off a 3-1 comeback. That would have helped his case a little bit. That's not just any ring. That's beating the team that won 73 games.
Sure.
And if he would have won another ring some way, somehow, I think he would have still been top 5 because he's not even done yet. So imagine he goes another 2 years.
He's done winning rings, though.
Yeah, but imagine he goes another 2 years, right? Still averaging 25 a game. So imagine a player played 23 years, and on his last year, I don't see LeBron turning into one of them players that average like 16, 15 a game. No matter what.
No.
No matter if he's 41, 42 years old, I think LeBron is still a 20-plus per game scorer.
Yeah.
So if he had 2 rings, played 23 years, averaged no less than 20 in his entire career, you got to give him top 5.
He would never do it. I don't think that. I don't think people give him top.
I
think
top
the
5,
reason
easily.
why, because if he got 1 ring, they would be like, "Oh, it's a fluke." If he got another ring, they would have been like, "Oh, you got lucky." It's the 3rd and 4th rings that get you to that caliber where people say, "Oh, the Kobe's, the Michaels, the Tim Duncans."
He would have been top 5,
I don't
bro.
think he would have been top 5.
I'm not even
man.
a Bron fan like that, but there's no way I'm a discredit just because if he have 2 less rings, I'm gonna take him out of my top 5. I can't do that.
Nah.
Because who then?
3
then
and more?
who would be before him then?
I mean, you got to put Kobe before.
All right,
him.
yeah, and I still do because I'm a Kobe fan.
I can't do it, man.
So if you got if you got Jordan, Kobe, then who's the other 3 that would be before Bron?
You got Jordan, Bron.
No, Jordan, Kobe.
Kobe.
Yeah,
Kobe. I don't know, because that's what I'm saying. You don't know how the career would have went.
But
Is what I'm saying.
But then,
you don't know.
Then what if say he's number 6 on your list? Who are those 3 spots that beat him?
I don't know. I would have to think about that.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's like
because I'm not throwing none of those. I'm not throwing Bird in there. I'm not throwing Magic in there.
No, I'm not throwing Bird in there. I'm not throwing Magic in there. But then you get to a point where Tim Duncan, like that's one that I'm thinking about. 5 championships. You know,
I'm still taking Bron. If I had to draft Tim Duncan or Bron, if you had to draft Tim Duncan or Bron, who you taking?
No. We're talking about all time right now.
Yeah, but I'm saying
we're talking about all time.
Bro.
Duncan's stats match him to be. If Bron didn't do what he did, or let's say Bron is, by the wayside, Tim Duncan is in there, man.
Well, if Bron just has 2 less rings, you think Tim Duncan is more of a top
No,
5 than Bron.
3 less rings.
Oh, yeah, sorry, 3 less
Three
rings.
less-
3 less
three
rings. No, I'm saying
less
2 less
rings?
rings for the simple fact that Bron has 4 now. If he only had 2,
Oh, I
so
see
if he has
Tim
4
got
now, but
5.
but yeah, I'm saying if you have his 4 and you putting him in this number, but if he only had 2, he's now not in this top 5 anymore. I think that
You know what?
any
Disagree.
GM is taking Bron, because if you take Bron and you put him with that Spurs team, how many rings would they have had? There's no way. It's
I
no
don't know,
way.
man. Because
And I love Timmy, but there's no way.
Okay, you're saying if you put LeBron with that team, LeBron can't do what Tim Duncan can do for that team. LeBron's not playing defense like Tim Duncan.
Bro,
You think LeBron can play defense like Tim Duncan? You think
Bro.
LeBron can grab 14 rebounds like Tim Duncan?
yes.
LeBron's not. No.
And I'm not even a Bron fan like that, bro. I think,
Averaging 14
bro,
rebounds.
what NBA
No.
do you watch, bro?
No,
Like,
no.
is no way Tim Duncan would be over Bron if Bron had
You
2
need to
less
go watch
rings.
some Tim Duncan highlights,
Bro,
man. No,
I
3,
know
because he
Timmy.
would only had 2. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what I'm saying,
If
like-
he had 3, then I would give it to LeBron. But if he has
Yeah.
3 less rings, Tim got 5. If LeBron has 2 rings, I'm putting Tim over Bron.
I wouldn't.
Come
I
on.
wouldn't. I
Because
wouldn't.
then what you start to think about is, where do you rank Kevin Durant then? Kevin Durant will have the exact same amount of rings as LeBron James.
But that's all right.
And
but that is
this
very
what I'm
different.
Saying, like,
Because the super team started, right? So the reason why I can't compare Bron and KD is because that was before super teams. Like, if Kevin Durant, you got to think about it. Kevin Durant, if he never goes to the Warriors, he wouldn't have 2 rings. So I don't think he would have the same amount as him. Because if you're thinking about it, you're taking super teams out. If KD stays with OKC, Bron stays with the Cavs entire career,
Right.
I think Bron would have found some way to get 2 rings. If he just never went to the Heat, if he stayed those 4 years with Cleveland,
I agree with
and
that.
then
If LeBron didn't go to the Heat, he would only have 2 rings. That's what I would think. He would only have 2 rings.
I think you might be right on that. I think he might. I'll agree with you. I think he only have 2.
But this is
But
what
I'll-
you gotta,
I'll still
but
take
this
him
is
over-
what you gotta,
over
This is
Tim.
what you guys think too. LeBron, he was going to what 11 straight finals. Like, for one, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is like insane. But if he'd have stayed with that Cavs team, it'd have been real hard for him to win 3 rings.
I think they would eventually try to fight.
2.
They would
I think
eventually
give
try
him
to
2.
surround him with somebody.
Yeah.
They would eventually try to help him out. But I think just going back to that, I think he would have found some way to win 2.
I guarantee-
And if he had 2 rings, the numbers he has, number 1 in scoring. Because think about it, his points per game went down when he went to the Heat, right?
Okay.
So imagine if he would have still averaged his 30 points per game numbers like he did with Cleveland, he would have passed Kareem even sooner.
Okay, 'cause
he
you're
would have
saying
passed
with
him.
his numbers, right?
Yeah, he would have passed him
Okay.
even sooner. He would have had way more of like 50-point games, 60-point games. I think he would have had
me
amazing
go ahead,
amazing
poke-
numbers,
let me
but I
go
think he
ahead.
would have just had way less rings.
Let me go
or
ahead
2
and
less
poke a
rings.
hole
That's
in
the
this.
only
Pause.
thing.
Let me
All
go
right,
ahead and poke
for
a
it.
hole in this, Ross. You said the stats, right?
Uh-huh.
Russell Westbrook averaged.
But he doesn't have rings though,
Okay.
so that's why you can't rank him
If
that high.
he has 2 rings, where does Russell Westbrook? He got the stats. He's averaging a triple double.
wouldn't put him up
Those
there.
was better than LeBron's stats.
Nah, well, the reason
it's
why?
better with LeBron's
Because what is-
stats and 2 rings.
The reason why I
Where
want
do
to
you
put
gonna
Russ up
put
there
him?
is because what is Russ doing now, and what is Bron doing now? Yeah,
What you're saying, but we're talking
Career-wise.
about right. But at that time, you can't take that away from them. It doesn't matter what they're doing now and what they're doing later. I'm talking about at that. If Russell Westbrook, he averaged a triple double for 2 straight seasons, right? If he won,
I think he did
rings-
like 4.
Huh?
I think he did like a 4 out
Or-
of 5 kind of season.
Yeah, my
like-
bad, Russ. Go ahead, do your
Yeah.
thing. I shorted you. But if he got 2 rings during those seasons, are you putting him in the top 5? What's
If he got
the
2
difference?
rings in
You're
that time?
You're saying the stats. I'm trying to tell you.
It is
it's not all about
but it's a
that.
difference though, because you got to think longevity wise. The reason why I'm going to give Bron the top 5 is because if he only had 2 rings and he is doing what he's doing right now in the year 21, versus what Russ is doing right now, year 15 or year 14 or something like that. You got to rank them higher, even if they got the same amount of rings. And then you look at their career. If you step back and analyze their career afterwards.
But you can't do that, though.
You can.
No, you can't, because had LeBron stayed, he'd have had more wear on his body. He'd have continued to, he probably wouldn't be playing the year 21. Did you
That's
see
possible.
some of those calf teams that he was on? I would have tried to run out of there too and go to Miami.
got a good point.
And that's what I'm saying. He probably
But-
wouldn't have made it to year 21.
That's
he
possible.
probably would have been on the Russell Westbrook track right now.
Nah, I don't think
Average
that.
oh yeah, you're right.
All
You're
right.
right. I'm flexing.
I get what
on
you're saying,
that.
injuries
I'm
wise,
flexing on
because
that.
I think that's a great point. He would have had more wear. The same
He'd
way
have had
Kobe
more
kind of had to
wear.
start
Exactly.
settling down and started going through this area, injuries and stuff. But I feel
That's
like
why I say you can't gauge where his career would be
Yeah.
at. Do I think he would have been dominant?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think
But
Bron
I
is
don't
a
think he would have
generational
been
talent,
top,
though. I think
he would have been top.
He's a
5.
generational talent. Like, you can't compare Russ, because Russ was amazing, MVP, triple double, king, and all that type of stuff. But I think Bron is a reason why he was recruited at like 12, 11. Like, you signing autographs in 8th grade. Like, he was different.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
And
a lot of guys now that's doing the same.
But
thing.
how many-
Zion
like-
Williamson, he ain't doing. I mean, I think Zion
Yeah.
is overrated, but that's a
Yeah.
story for another day. But like,
I'm going with Bron would still be dominant. He'd be still top.
He'd still be
be top
dominant.
5.
I don't think he'd be
But he
top
wouldn't be
5.
this whole 1 and 2 debate like people like to have.
yeah, I don't think you. I don't think he'll be top
So
5.
what we're gonna do is next episode when we come back, you gonna tell me who are the other 3 slots in that top
Bet.
5 then.
Bet. I'm
other
gonna give
3
you
slots.
I'm gonna give you the
'Cause if you got right now-
5 people. No,
Yeah.
3, because we know it's gonna
Yeah,
be Kobe,
Kobe and Bron.
and it's gonna be Kobe and Mike.
Oh, okay, yeah, Kobe, Mike.
Kobe and Mike, and then I'm gonna give you those 3 other spots, and then I'm gonna give you Bron. I can name 3 other people that
You
will have a
cannot.
better career than LeBron James.
Impossible.
Had he with only 2 rings, right? So at the end of his second ring, that's where we cut it off.
You can't really do that because like his last 2 rings came at a later time in his career. So it's like the Lakers won and then the Cavs won, right? So it's like when he got his rings, it was later. So you can't just cut it off back in like 2012, 2011.
Why not? That's when he had the 2
But he
rings.
was dominant, bro, at that time. LeBron is too good to not find a way
Correct.
to win.
You say he's dominant. Let me find 3 better players
All right.
than
All
LeBron
right.
2012 when he was after he won his second ring. I can
Okay.
find you 3 other players in history. Talking about in history, right?
Okay.
Because we're talking about all time. Next episode.
Yeah. This is gonna be a good one right here.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's watch
know.
this. This is it's really not
don't
that
know
hard.
about
It's
that
really
one.
not that hard. You
3
give Bron
players
2
better than
rings
Bron?
though. 2 rings? Only 2 rings? It starts to get a little fishy. Starts to get a little suspect. But let's go ahead and go to superstars versus all stars.
All right. So this is a good one right here because I mean,
It's
so what
only
we're
a
gonna do-
handful of superstars. I'm gonna let you know now. It
Yeah.
ain't that many superstars.
exactly, and that's what I thought was a cool point. So how many people are considered superstars versus how many people that we consider to be all stars?
Yeah.
And so I think so. I'm gonna start. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna name some names, and then you tell me what you think all star or superstar. So what I'm gonna do is
100%.
I'm gonna actually just go by the list of this season right now of the top points per game scorers, and I'm gonna just go down and you just say superstar or all star.
Yep.
All right. So number 1 right now, points per game, we got Joel Embiid. Superstar,
All star.
superstar, all star. Okay.
He's definitely an all star.
We're gonna come back for that. Superstar.
And whoa,
all-star.
let me tell you why I think he's all star. He haven't made it out the second round.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he got MVP, but he can't. If you can't make it out the second round, how you gonna be a superstar?
All right.
No.
All right, let me go through here.
No,
All right.
no.
Luka.
That's the
Superstar
one
or
that's a
all-star?
tough one for me.
These really
know?
aren't that tough.
That one is tough, man. Luka, I would say is a superstar. I'm gonna give him a superstar.
You just went back on your whole argument.
Nah. Luka.
You went back on your whole
No,
argument.
because Luka is one of those players that he's still young. You know he's gonna get a championship at some point in his career.
we're talking
You
about right
know
now.
he's gonna get a championship
Right now. All right. So keep going. KD. Kevin Durant.
KD is a superstar.
All right. Stephen Curry.
He's a superstar.
By the way, he was averaging 30.3 Let me see what Kyrie's at. He's not even in the top 15.
Oh my goodness.
He even under.
Is it who's the best player or
sorry,
who's hardest to guard?
I got sidetracked.
Who's hardest to guard?
If he was hard to guard, he'll be up here. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA.
He's an all-star. That's
All-star?
my guy. MVP. That's my pick for MVP.
He's not winning it.
But I say all-star. He's not a superstar.
Jokic.
Jokic is a superstar.
Giannis.
That's definitely a superstar.
Donovan Mitchell.
He's an all-star.
Jason Tatum.
All-star.
I'm not even gonna say Tyrese Maxey because he didn't even
all-star.
I give him all-star. Anthony Edwards.
All-star.
LeBron.
Well, I mean, come on. That's
a given. Dame.
See, this is one that I was too, but I gotta go with all-star, man.
Gotcha.
I love Dame, but I gotta go all-star.
I'm gonna only do two more because after this, it just kind of the list is kind of not even important. Kyrie
is an all-star.
Last one. I know what you're gonna say here. Paul George.
Paul George is definitely an all-star.
All right.
Playoff
Actually,
team.
I'm gonna go one more. Anthony Davis.
Come on, man. I don't even think he all-star. Was ever below an all-star, that's what Anthony Davis get. No disrespect but like he always hurt when he is, when he's on his I can't talk about Anthony Davis. He's just such a talent that's getting wasted and I can't handle it.
Okay. All right.
So whatever is under all-star, regular player, average NBA player, that's what I think.
Nah, you bugging.
Davis.
All right,
I'm bugging.
I'm going through this. Here we go. Joel Embiid. I think Joel is a superstar.
How do you see he's
I think he's a superstar.
Superstars can't get out the first round,
bro.
Or it's the second round.
He's leading the league again in points per game.
What does that matter? You lead the league in
MVP
in the what you call it.
One of the leaders in rebounds. Average 6 assists right now.
No.
Bro, he's a superstar. Come on now.
How?
He's a superstar.
Okay, explain how.
You got. I just explained, bro. The only thing that he doesn't have is getting to the third round. So all right, really quick. Do you think James?
You gotta get the whole. Listen, you gotta get the whole shebang, man.
Got you. Okay.
You gotta get the whole shebang. The only one that I don't have with the whole shebang is Luka, but you know he's gonna.
But you can't. But you can't use that argument. You cannot use that. Thing. You can't use it for Luka and use it against Embiid. That just don't make.
Okay, so let's take Luka out. I'll take Luka out. If
That's
it means
insane.
Embiid don't get in there because of the same argument, I'm taking Luka out.
All right, here we
Luka's
go.
all-star.
Embiid is a superstar.
He's not.
Luka is a superstar. KD superstar. Curry superstar. Shea is an all-star. Mm-hmm. Give him like another year, see how he does. Because last year was his breakout year, really. You got to give me another year before I can give you that.
The only one I don't agree with right now is...
Jokic is a superstar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Giannis is a superstar. Donovan Mitchell, all-star. Jason Tatum.
Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Jason Tatum is a superstar, bro.
Oh, my goodness. How?
Jason Tatum,
how is he? Listen.
Jason Tatum is a superstar,
He has
bro.
the resume.
What does he... All right, so Luka, if you were thinking about putting Luka there because you felt like, because at some point he's going to get to the... I feel like...
You're not going to start you're not going to start a team with Jason Tatum over Luka. I guarantee you.
Yeah, that's why I give them both superstars. But, bro, I'm giving it to Jason Tatum. Pause. First of all, what is he, like 25 years old? Luka is 24. How old is Jason? I give him 26 max.
Yeah.
25. I'll say he's 25, right? Luka is 24. They're not that far away in age. Mm-hmm. They're not that far away from when they got drafted. What was he drafted? 17. Luka was drafted 18.
Sure.
At least he been to the finals. At least he been to the third round. Like, what does Luka have that's so much over that you would first consider him a first ballot superstar, and then you had to kind of bring it back down?
Let me tell you.
Here we go.
Luka Doncic. If Luka doesn't play for the Mavericks, are the Mavericks good?
Absolutely not.
If Tatum doesn't play for the Celtics, are the Celtics still good?
Absolutely not.
What?
Absolutely not.
You telling me JB can't hold down? Because that's what he did in the finals. That's the only reason that they even won a few games against the Warriors was because of JB. It wasn't because of Jason
He didn't have
Tatum.
a great series versus the 76ers, though. I mean, neither one of them did. But, bro, it's Jason Tatum, man. Like,
listen, I think Jason Tatum is a great talent. I think that dude is good. I knew it when I first watched him in summer league. He's hitting these turnaround mid range. I'm just like, yeah, he gonna be it. But I just don't think he's a superstar.
Man, I can't wait for the people to see this.
Listen, I think his team is the reason why he made it to the finals. That defense that they had. They got Marcus Smart. They had Grant Williams coming off the bench, torching the Bucks for threes. They got defense over there. I'm saying his team has been way better than Luka's team. And that's why Jason Tatum is who's had the better team since they came into.
So this is what we're gonna do. So right now, what you're saying is the list of superstars. You only have KD, Curry, Bron, Jokic, and Giannis. Yes. Only the 5 superstars in the league.
So that's it. That's it.
And I had Joel, Luka, KD, Curry, Jokic,
how can
and
you
Giannis,
be a superstar and you never made it out the second round?
Bro, I'm giving Joel a superstar, bro.
No, man.
Anybody, if you look at his career numbers, like you got to think superstar. Just getting a ring doesn't make you're a superstar if you win a ring.
Getting past the second round does.
All right. So first, if you take the first 4 years out of Embiid's or first 3 years or something off his career because he was hurt, right? As soon as he was able to stay healthy, amazing numbers. I think about a guy who's a generational.
Are you going back
talent.
to these numbers, or are you going back to
because
the
what does he do? What does he do? He keeps his team in the playoffs. They make it to the playoffs every year.
And he get to the playoffs.
And who did he have, bro? What help did he have? Harden. Don't say Harden.
He just had Maxey last year.
But Maxey wasn't Maxey. Like this year, I guarantee.
I give you that one.
Only reason why I say they may not make it to the conference finals this year is because they're gonna have to go against either the Bucks or the Celtics.
Yeah, it's not happening.
And the reason why
he's gonna have
he hasn't gotten that far, and I still think he's a superstar. But who stops him from making it?
Him.
It's Giannis or it's Tatum.
And him.
2 superstars.
I guarantee you look up his numbers. I looked up his numbers. Do you want to look these numbers up?
But you got to remember who he's losing to.
Whoa.
Who is he losing to, though?
He averages what in the regular season and what in the playoffs?
That is a big drop-off.
It's a big drop-off.
So what is your definition of a superstar?
Like.
What is your definition of a superstar?
That ain't superstar like. Well, you got to get out the second round. I know that.
All right. What else?
I mean, obviously, you got to have some type of accolades, and you got to have some type of potential as well.
Gotcha.
That's why I put Luka in there. You got to have. It's more like moments, right? So this is what I got down. Like Curry, best shooter of all time.
Yeah, we going. Yeah.
Right, best shooter of all time. I got Giannis, 50-piece chicken nugget to close out the game in the finals MVP. Those are moments in history. Right, I got KD, Slim Reaper, two rings, 2 Finals MVPs, one of the most efficient scorers we ever seen. These are moments. These are like consistent, no drop offs in the playoff. We got Bron. I mean, it's LeBron, and then you got Joker. Last Finals, just won his first one. Averaged 30, 14, and 7. It's crazy.
Amazing. Yeah,
these are moments in the playoffs where it matters. I don't care about the regular season. Regular season MVP, yeah, that's cool. But that's not the big one.
So you don't give a guy who can win the scoring title first center to win a scoring title since Shaq, I believe.
Don't care.
First center to win MVP since I think Shaq.
Don't care. Is this a regular season award?
Yeah.
Don't care.
But you got to give a guy like that a superstar status. What did he drop last year? He had a 60-something point game last year.
Is that in the playoffs or is that in the final? I mean, is that in playoffs or is that?
But you can't only go by people.
I understand.
Only the playoffs because who you're paying? You're building a whole. Think about it. If you're building a whole franchise around a player, and he's performing, and he's an MVP, that's a superstar because he's always going to be the number one option on his team. He's always number one. He's been winning. He's in the top 3 for scoring title.
Superstar.
Top 3 for MVP for the last 4 years, bro.
A superstar gets it done in the regular season and the postseason.
Understandable.
If he was losing in the second round, and obviously he's using the Giannis.
He's losing to the guy that goes to the finals, though.
But he's not putting up numbers. You just said just 2 podcasts ago, SGA, he put up 16, 14 points against the defending champs. You said that's when he has to show up.
Understandable.
Right? This is the same with Embiid.
But
He
sometimes
doesn't
it's
show
hard
up.
losing against the guys that ends up going to the finals. Like, 'cause those guys are better. Like, I think Tatum, Joel.
Him being better has nothing to do with his.
They had a better
drop-off.
team. Celtics always had a better team than the 76ers.
I get it.
Always have a better team. Bucks beat them. I think the Bucks beat them. Celtics beat them. The other times, I don't think Joel has not lose in the playoffs to anybody besides Giannis and Tatum.
To be a superstar, you have to do it in the regular season and the postseason.
So
win, loser. If he
Alright.
was putting up numbers, crazy numbers, like Giannis,
we need to get a poll on this.
like Giannis
Paul.
in the Celtics, right?
Uh-huh.
Giannis, when he played the Celtics, took him to Game 7. We didn't have
That's
Chris
true.
Middleton.
Well,
Took him to
a
Game 7.
Giannis is a different. He can be in that conversation also. I feel like Giannis is obviously a superstar.
He took the Celtics to Game 7 by himself.
Giannis, though.
Embiid's
Like-
not doing that.
He's no Giannis, but he's still a superstar.
This is the difference between all-star and superstar. I can take the Celtics to 7 games. I'm going to get swept by the Celtics. This is what I'm saying. It's a
They took him to Game
difference.
7 last year. They took the Celtics. All right,
they had James
but they had James
Harden,
Harden. All
though,
right,
too.
but peep this right here. So before we move on to this, then why isn't Tatum a superstar?
Because he has a great team around him. That
But
team would still be good.
He's the number one option on a great
The
team.
team would. You know what? When he was in the finals, JB was a better player than he was.
But I don't think he was horrible. I remember he kept doing the hell step back thing. Sorry,
It was
reminded me of that.
terrible. He was terrible in the finals.
But it was his first time, bro. Braun's first time in the
Don't
finals
care.
was horrible.
Don't care.
Braun's second time in the finals was horrible.
Don't care.
Bro, he went.
Don't care. This
Nah.
is what I'm telling you.
He was
Tatum,
23
I think-
years old.
What does that matter?
Bro, what 23-year-old player did well their first time in the finals? He got to the finals. He was the best player on a team that went to the finals at 23 years old, bro.
Listen, he had
Come on
a
now, you-
team.
But he was the number one option on a team at 23 years old,
Yeah,
bro.
number one option.
That team
until
wasn't
he
phenomenal.
Until he wasn't. Until Jaylen Brown was better. Jaylen
But
Brown.
he wasn't that much better.
He was better, man.
He was better, but he wasn't that much better.
That's
but
when
they don't
Jason
get to
Tatum.
that far.
That's what Jason Tatum becomes. That's what I'm saying. This is what happens with
Bro, you gotta
superstars. This is what happens
Bro,
with superstars.
23 last year when they went against the 76ers, bro. Closeout game, or one of those closeouts games, he put up a 50 point.
He put up 50,
Jay-
51.
well,
51.
51, bro.
Yep.
Like
I'm not saying
he
he's
rose
not
up.
good. I'm not saying he's not good.
And we can't even say anything about them losing to the Heat because Giannis, everybody losing to the
The
Heat.
Heat went to the finals.
But-
I'm not saying anything about them.
Jason Tatum is a superstar.
I don't
bro.
think he's a superstar.
We
I
gonna
don't
get
think
a-
he's there yet. I don't think he's
I
there
think
yet.
he is.
man.
You take a team to the finals at 23 and then continue to get
You
to the
keep
third
saying
round.
He took the team to the finals. Like he didn't have a 20-point scorer sitting next to him.
But he's the number-
defensive
he's the
player of the
franchise
year.
player. He's the
defensive player of the year right here. Like with the glue, and then you got another defensive guy with Grant Williams. He had a
Grant
good
Williams?
team.
You putting Grant Williams in the
Yes, because
All
he's
right,
the
then
one
that's
that
when we
beat the
move
Bucks
on.
in Game 7. He the one that beat the Bucks Game 7. He
That's
hit
when we-
7 threes. 7 threes.
That's when we just you lost me there, Jason Tatum.
I'm just saying his
So
team.
we
got a
gonna
good
have to
team.
ask the people on this one.
He got a good team.
We're gonna
man.
ask the people on
He's
this
been
one.
having good teams, but with those superstars, like
Mm-hmm.
you got to think like Giannis. You got Joker. You had Luca. Well, I had Luca in there. Now those are all
I had Luka too,
international
yeah.
players, right? So do we think that international players are the future of the NBA? Those are the top players. Is international.
Yeah, and so my argument for that, do I think the NBA is in great hands with these international players coming over? I think so, because you think about the top 5 players in the NBA right now. 3 out of the 5 are international.
Yep.
You got Giannis, you got Joker, you got Luka. And some people even throw Joel in there. I would never put Joel over KD. So I feel like the other 2 people in the top 5 is Curry and KD.
Yeah.
My top 5, yeah, so Jokic, Giannis, this is no particular order. Jokic, Giannis, Luka, Curry, and KD.
Yeah.
When you have 3 out of the 5 best players international, I think I think we're starting to move that way.
Yeah.
And then you look at the 10 through like 30 is all American players, mostly American. But those top players are international now.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I don't agree with it. Like international players are not the future of the NBA. I don't think so. I think they do have top players, but once you look at you got the scoring list. You go 1 through 10. It's what 3, 4 people, half of them, maybe half of them, five,
One,
and then
two.
you go. Yeah, go ahead, count it.
All right, hold on. Are we counting SGA as an international player?
Nope, he's from Canada. Or no, we calling him international. Yeah, we call him international. So the first 10.
All right, you got Joel, international.
Yep.
Luka,
Yep.
international. KD, American, national. Curry, national. SGA, international. Joker, international. Giannis, international.
Yep.
Then you got some more American. You got Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, and Tyrese Maxey.
So let me just save you on this one. So the top 50 scorers on here, I did the research. So the top 50 scorers on here,
It's gonna be more American.
12 of them are international players.
Yes.
That's a very small percentage. What is that? 20%, 25%. It's not a lot. So how is it going to be an international league? Yes, you got some heavy hitters over there. I mean, like you said, Giannis, Jokic, Joel. Yes, they do have some top players in that league, and you got Victor too.
Yeah, that's up.
Victor is probably going to be pretty good. He gonna be pretty good, barring any injuries.
He's gonna be good.
Hopefully, he don't have any injuries because being that tall, But yeah, I don't think so. I think American players are still. I mean, you gotta think 12 out of the 50 is 24, 25%.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Nah, I don't really see it. I think if they had more people in that top 50 in scoring, I think you can say that. But I don't think 25% is not enough for me to say, yeah, international players are going to be running this in the next however. Because what you got to think about is how many people are over there already, playing. They got Euroball and everything. And, we find the diamonds in the rough. The Giannis. How many Giannises is over there? How many Lucas is over there? How many Joels is over there? That's what I'm saying. Like the top players like that, these are generational talents, man. You're not going to find a lot of those over there. No disrespect to them because they got some ballers over there. And they fundamental, they physical, the whole nine. But I don't think it's the future of the NBA, man.
All right, so here's my point on it. So I agree with you. Like you're gonna always have, and you have your top 50. You're obviously gonna have more American players because where are we? We're in America, so it's easier to scout these guys because they're going to the high schools, they're going to the colleges, so they're right in front of you. It's harder to scout guys from overseas, right? But the thing about it is, right, out of those 12 people, that's probably more than it was 10 years ago, right?
I believe it.
So 10 years ago, probably it's 4 in that top 50. 5 years ago, it was probably like 8. Now we're at 12. What does another 15 years look like? Then it may go up to 20 out of the 30. I'm not saying they will fully take over, but you think about it, those international players, those generational talents are becoming the face of the NBA. When is the last time an American player won MVP?
I mean,
the fact that you got to sit here and think about it.
Joel, well, yeah. I'm
2018 is the last time. It was James Harden, bro. Yeah. James Harden. Think about it and how far he fell off.
I'm not
when
saying
is the last time
international players aren't dope.
When is the last time a non-international player, so American player, was even in the top 3 voting for MVP?
It's true.
Because the last 3 years, it's been the same. It's the same 3.
Giannis, Jokic, and Joel.
The same 3, bro.
Yeah.
Who's your MVP choice for this year?
SGA.
Where's he from?
International.
Player. So even if in the minds is Luka. So even if one of our, I don't even see an MVP. I mean, I don't see an American player winning MVP for the next 3 seasons, unless somebody comes out of nowhere. But like right now, I don't see any of the American players winning
with
MVP.
Giannis still there, with Jokic,
with Luka on the rise. Victor Wembanyama would probably win an MVP before an American player.
Yeah, SGA. Yes. Are they dominate? Are those players dominating this league? Yes. Are they the future of this league? I can't.
If they're the best,
so, man.
what I'm saying, what I mean by if they're the future, the number one player in the league is always going to, like, for the next 5 to 7 years, I see, or the person that's winning MVP
is going to be international.
Is going to be an international player.
I agree.
So right now, why is our best American player not better than an international player? Like, our best NBA player is not better than
so who would
an
you say is
international
our
player.
best American player
Curry.
right now?
Curry or KD. Right now, where they're at, and it's sad because how old are those guys? They're both 35.
Yeah.
They're both 35.
I see what you're
So
saying.
they're phasing out. So what
Yeah.
happens when Curry and KD retire? Then you have to have the Jason Tatum, who's a superstar. But think about it. Those guys retire, right? Those guys retire. Then in your top 5, you got Luka, Jokic, Giannis, SGA, and Joel. And all international players.
No
and then
international
Wembanyama.
players. And
How?
then- okay.
They're going to always be groomed. They're going to
top-
keep on coming, bro, because they're going to keep getting better.
Yeah, but they're not going to be Jokic, Giannis, and
Why not?
Victor. You think it's more of those?
It
out
was
there?
more than like 10 years
No.
ago we didn't have
Is there
it.
another Bron
They're
out
going to
there?
keep coming.
Is there another Bron out there? No. Is there another Curry out there?
There's another Jokic
No.
somewhere.
Is there another
There's another Luka somewhere.
Jokic? Maybe.
There's going to be another Curry. There's going to be like in a sense of not it's good, but I'm saying another guy that can come change and make a difference in the league. But I think the next 5 to 7 years, I don't see an American player winning MVP, and I feel like they're going to fall
I don't
out of
think
that.
it's going to be an international league. I don't think that they're.
No, I don't think it will because we're in America, so it's not like they can fully take over. But right now, they're going to only get better.
Listen, if your faith to take over the American and win an MVP is Jason Tatum, you're going to be waiting a long time.
Exactly. So when is the last time?
Do it. He's not going to do it.
When is the last time in the MVP race, 4 out of the 5, like the top 5 list? I think I saw the top 5. 4 out of the 5 were international. When have you ever seen that before?
You haven't.
There was never a time when we had that.
No, you haven't.
It's only going to happen more and more. Because they're just getting better. That's why we have tougher competition with them in these Olympic games and FIBA games.
I just think it's a moment in time, though. Like I do.
They're going to only get better.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not another Giannis out there. It's not another Jokic. It's not another Luka. It's not another Joe.
People felt that way about Dirk.
Okay.
They were like, "Oh, it's not going to be another Dirk."
7 foot.
You got Jokic.
And can do what Joel can do? You don't got another one of those out there, man.
They will be because people are going to get more skill.
Not
Basketball players
big
gonna only
man
get
that
better.
can do that. Not a big man that can do what Joel can do, man. I think we're in a moment of time where it's good, it's nice, but after those people fade out, I think Americans take over again. Like, because those are generational.
But we've never
people,
had it
man.
like this before. So it increases year by year, every 5 years, every
get that.
decade. You get more and more of these international players.
I get that.
So it's not like I don't get how they just stop as if it kept going like this. It's no way it's going to just drop off.
I think so, man.
It's never happened. It's
Look
only
at-
gotten better. It's
Okay.
only gotten
How
higher.
many times can an international player have generational talents?
The same amount as an American player can have generational talents.
How many is it right now? The top 5 players. You got Jokic, you got Giannis. You think that's gonna keep happening?
Yes, because it keeps happening.
Generational
That keeps happening
talents,
every year.
These generational talents.
How many times you going to keep getting, like, who's the next generational talent that people talking about right now?
Victor.
Where is he from?
He's from France.
Yeah. Where's he not from?
Well,
Where's he not? He's not. So the next generational talent right now, he's not even from here.
I get what you're saying, but for one, I think it's gonna switch,
Yeah.
man.
Who was supposed to be
switch.
the last American generational talent? Who was it? That was
Zion.
talked about. Yeah, Zion. What is Zion doing right now?
He's not good.
He's not playing. He's not playing. He's good when he's playing, but he's not playing.
I don't even think he's good when he's playing, man.
I think so.
I think he's like 24 points and 6. I think it's just like a lot of hype around him, and
the last person we thought.
He's a one way like. He can't shoot a three. Don't get me started on Zion, man.
Yeah,
that dude. Oh man, and he not available too. Nah, don't get me started.
I'm going with they are the future. They won't have the higher amount of people. They'll never have the high amount on the top 50 list because we're in America, so there's no way we can have them outnumber the Americans.
Right.
I don't think so. But what I do think is the best players in the NBA will be the international players for the foreseeable future right now, because I don't see an American basketball player winning MVP before one of these international players.
I agree with that, but it doesn't make them the future, in my opinion.
When's the last time an American won an MVP, bro?
I get it.
We're not even winning it in our own league.
But again,
we're not even winning the rings no more.
I get it. But what you're not understanding is these players, it's a pocket in time.
Nah, I don't believe that. I don't think so.
This pocket anymore. It's the Giannis, it's the Jokic, and but Victor. Okay, so it's gonna be Victor. You think we're gonna get 4 more Victors?
Not 4 more Victors, but we're gonna get a couple more. You get a Luka.
Nah, man.
You get a
sir.
Jokic every once in a while. Like,
no, sir.
I think so.
No, sir, man.
I don't think we're just in a pocket. I think the game is changing.
Nah. So let's go ahead and switch to our 94P. Let's start with the not player and
the not player of the week. Not player and not team of the week. All right. So I'm gonna go not team first, right?
Yeah.
I gotta go with the Warriors. The Warriors, I gotta go with them. It was between the Bulls, bro. Man. I had the Bulls there, and I had the Warriors as like a second option. But the Bulls won last night. They started off down 22-1, and they came back and won that game. So I gave them, they ended their losing streak. So I was like, all right, the Warriors are on a 6-game losing streak. They deserve the title for that this week.
So you got the Warriors. Okay, so let me give you my team. I had the Bulls.
Yeah.
I don't care if they beat the Heat. The Heat should have won that. It's the Heat. They on the 7-game streak. And they should have won that game.
They ended their losing streak and stopped their winning streak. I took them off the list when I saw that.
Nah, man. They're
poverty franchise
over there. Everything that's over there
bad.
Is dysfunctional. Zach LaVine, after a win, he's storming off. Get these people, man. Get these off my screen, man.
Yeah,
the Bulls, no,
definitely a poverty franchise.
Yeah, the Bulls definitely gets the not team of the week. So let me tell you my not player of the week. My not player of the week.
The same thing as me. I guarantee you. Who is it?
Harden.
No, it wasn't Harden.
Okay, good. So Harden, let me talk to you real quick, man. You bogus for one, because you're making your guy Russ come off the bench.
Oh,
you know
that
you're supposed to come off the bench, man. Russ and his other two, Kawhi and PG, they were 3-1 when you got over there. They are 1-6 since you got over there. And Russ had to take it upon you. Let your guy fall on that sword. Come on, man. You know you're supposed to go ahead and go to the bench. I don't know what type of ego he got. One of them, one of those like egos that I can't come off the bench.
He's a system.
I'm a system. What kind of system is this, man? 1-6, and then he's still saying the scary hours thing. You need to get that up, man. You need to retire that. Throw it in the ocean. And put some bricks on it, because he needs to stop saying that.
Okay.
Harden gets the not player of the week. He bogus, man. And then he gonna make his man like, come on now. Nah, man. You supposed to come off the bench.
I like your reasoning. I can somewhat agree with it because I like the reasoning by him not coming off the bench when he was supposed to. But they won their first game when he did start. With this new strategy, they did win, and he made the game-winning shot. So that's why I couldn't give him the title.
Let me talk about this.
I couldn't give him the title because he won the game for them.
Let me talk about this. It was tie game. Kawhi
Wasn't going nowhere.
I don't know what Kawhi was doing. That's not normal Kawhi. And he happened to pass it to James Harden for his patented step back.
But do you see the highlights or do you watch the game?
I watched the game.
I watched it. I had money on it, and my heart was beating. And he did his patented step back and got fouled or whatever it is. So nasty. I'm not going to say it was lucky, but how many times? It was at the end of the shot clock. He hit a step back three. But this is what you're missing right here.
Come on, man.
He had 2 assists in the last couple of minutes.
Don't care.
Passed it to Zubac, scored. Like, he had some good plays in that moment right there. Like, he helped them win the game because they were coming back, and he had two nice dimes. So I think that was important.
Nope.
And then when Kawhi failed to come through to get past Jabari Smith, who did he pass it to?
It wasn't a lucky shot. There.
It wasn't a lucky shot. The reason why I say it's not a lucky shot because Harden is the number 1 full-point play in history. He has the most full-point plays. So he passed it to a guy that can make that shot. It's not like Harden just caught it and he was, you know how you playing pickup ball, right? You know you playing, and they pass it to the dude that just sitting in the corner and he hit his first shot of the night. And you like, bro, Harden, we lost the game to the scrub making a shot. Then you like, all right, he passed it to an MVP. He passed it to a top 75 player. So it's not like it was a lucky shot, bro. And I think he was like the leading scorer that night too.
I mean, what did he have, like 21 or something like that?
I think he was the leading scorer. If not, I think PG just kind of probably had one or two.
I think PG might have clipped him.
So, all right, but he had the most assists, hit the game-winning shot. I couldn't.
Nope.
Do I think he's trash for his decision and for not coming off the brink?
Dude messed up.
But I just can't give him lower than my player.
Nah, he bogus.
Then who I got is the
bogus, man, all the way through. This dude, Russell Westbrook, has been running from this man, and soon as he catches up with him, he makes him go to the bench. Russ, like, I can't take this no more. I got to get away from you. Let me go to the bench. He messed up. Harden bogus for that.
All right, so you want to hear mine?
What's your?
And I love this guy too, which is sad that I got to put him here.
Don't say Dame, man.
I got to put Klay. I got to put Klay as a knot.
Yeah.
I got to put Klay as a knot, man. I'm sorry, Klay. I want you to get that max. I don't think you're going to get it. Just because, man, Curry needs some help.
You think he's done, Klay?
I'm one of those people that I will fight for Klay to the end, man. Like,
and that's what it is
I'm going to fight for Klay to the end until he retire. I'm going to be like, nah, he can still drop 20 points.
It only takes that one game, and he going to turn it all around.
But right now,
absolutely.
They're on a 6-game losing streak.
Yeah, I got him.
He's not helping his mans out. Curry,
I got him on my fantasy team. He only scored like 7 points.
Yeah, he's looking bad. I took the under on him to get 22 the other night. He started off, I think, 1 for 10, so I knew that was a safe bet.
That's the game that I only scored 7 points with him.
Yeah, so I knew it was over. He had 5 in the first half. You're not helping your team out. You're not helping them get off this streak. I think Curry was out a couple games, and he just didn't perform like the number 1 option he should have when Curry went down.
Yeah.
When Curry goes down, that's when you got to say, all right, I got to go get 20. I got to go have a 20-point game. Yeah. Like, the fact that Wiggins last night scored 20-plus was the first time any Warriors player scored 20 besides Curry this year. And that's – what Klay's supposed to be the number 2 option, that's trash.
Yeah.
Sorry, Klay, you got to go on the knot.
Klay,
list, man.
Klay definitely been tripping, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not looking good. I had to go with him, man. And it hurts, man, because Klay is one of those guys I just like on and off the court. But he got to go on the list, man. Klay, get it together. But usually when we put somebody on this list, they turn it around. So, Klay, this is our advice. This is our motivation for you.
Well, he better because
this is our motivation.
On my fantasy team now. So he on my fantasy team. So you better turn up, man.
Like we said, LaMelo was on the list.
If I lose, man, it's gonna be because of Klay. Because he's the only one on my team that scored like 7 points.
So that's
messed up.
This is what happens. I think the NBA players, they see this because think about it. You had LaMelo. What did he do? Start going. Julius Randle started going crazy. All these players when we put them on a knot. So this is just to help you, Klay. This is not the. It's not to hurt you. This is here to help. With a parent,
the only way he gonna get out of this
is here for it's here to help, Klay. We just need the little spur, man.
The only way he get out of this is to keep shooting, and you know Klay gonna keep shooting.
He gonna keep shooting. That's the thing I appreciate about him. He gonna keep shooting it.
But he did say that this is gonna be the greatest season of his career.
Once he sees this, because every player must have been seeing this, and they start turning around. So
they had to, man.
We had to put him on a list so that way he get right.
Yeah, absolutely. So who you got with your 94 feet top player? Or start
top
with your
player,
team. Start with your team.
top team of the week.
It's a lot of them.
It was a lot, man.
It was a lot of them.
It was a lot. But I got to come home on this one.
Yeah.
I got to come home on this one. We on a 4-game winning streak.
Yes, sir.
And it's not like, I mean, I looked at on this 4-game winning streak, we beat teams that weren't great. We beat the Bulls. We beat the Pistons. Mm-hmm. We beat the Nets, who was not super duper horrible. But we beat the Mavs too. All right.
That was
the reason why.
Game.
I think was the Raptors on this streak, or was that a previous?
It was on the Raptors. I think one of them was the Raptors.
So
I think
we
played the Raptors before we played the Mavericks.
Gotcha. Yeah. It was Raptors, Mavericks.
Or no, it was the Charlotte. But we did play the Raptors. It was the Charlotte, and then I remember it was the Mavericks.
Either way, we played like 3 scrub teams. We beat them. But the fact is, we were losing against these scrub teams the first couple. Like, we lost against the Hawks. We got blown out by the Raptors. Lost against the Magic, who's not horrible. But we were losing games I felt like we should have won.
Yeah.
But on this streak, we were beating the teams that we should beat by a decent margin.
Yeah.
Like, we were supposed to blow the Raptors out. We were supposed to blow the Hornets out. And then when we did have a tough matchup in the 9-2 Mavericks at the time, we beat them. So I really feel like we're on the right track because we're beating the teams we're supposed to beat, and we're beating good teams.
Yeah.
So I got to come home with that one.
Yeah, this is a good pick. I had a few people. It was a lot.
I had
teams,
the Pacers
man.
until I seen them just losing by 30.
Yeah.
Last time I looked, so I scratched the Pacers.
I wasn't giving the Pacers no love. But that pick that you picked, you said that they're gonna be a sleeper team, and they're doing really good.
They're
doing good. I got to give you flowers on that one. I got the Bucks. I got the Kings. I had the Thunder,
Kings on there too.
I got Thunder. The Celtics. Like, it's a lot of teams, but like, once you look at who all they beat this last week, the Bucks beat the Mavericks.
Yeah.
The Kings didn't really beat anybody that's the top team. The Thunder didn't beat anybody that's the top team. The Celtics didn't really beat anybody. I mean, I think they beat the 76ers, but I think the Mavericks are better than the 76ers. So that's why I was giving it
I don't know about that.
Man, come on, man. Kyrie, Luka, come on, man. I think the Mavericks are better. I don't think it's like by a lot.
I just pause. I put them neck and neck.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think it's by a lot, but I think it's a little bit though. But yeah, I gave it to the Bucks too, just for the simple fact that they beat the hardest team out of all the teams that the Kings played, the Thunder played, the Celtics played. So I gave it to the Bucks. I went home. So my top player, let me give you my top player. So this one was a lot too.
Yeah.
I mean, I had Giannis because he's averaging 30, 11, and 6, you know. De'Aaron Fox came back
hooping.
You know. He was averaging 32. I had SGA averaging 30. My MVP, by the way.
He's not
my MVP, by the way. But the person that I think don't get enough love for what he does to that team, and this is going to be my player, is Sabonis.
Sabonis is a beast.
Sabonis is averaging 26, 13, and 8 in the last week, right?
Okay.
26, 13 rebounds.
That's amazing numbers.
8 assists.
And they beat AD in one of those games too.
He shut AD down. What is he? Oh, he's
8, I saw that, bro. 8-0 against AD. That's
but
crazy.
I don't know, man. AD, don't get me started on him, man. Yeah. But I just think that ain't really saying much. AD just, I don't know, he just look uninterested. He got his ring, and now I think he's just like, I'll play whenever I feel like it. But I think Sabonis, he does a lot. Yeah. He was putting up the numbers last year. And he's one of those glue guys. He's one of those people that make the
team better.
Make the team better, man. And
I give you that. That's a great pick.
And he had to hold it down. I don't remember they
were losing. They were losing when he was gone, though.
But he's still putting up them numbers, though. This is what I'm saying.
They weren't winning, but
they weren't winning,
Domas,
but he's still putting them. As far as an individual player, he's still putting up them numbers. And the Kings, they didn't lose last week. They didn't really play too many good teams, but 26, 13, and 8 for Sabonis. I gave a nod to him, man.
That's a good choice. This one I was torn between two players. One player, he's not winning, but I'm glad he turned around. It was LaMelo, but for some reason I just can't give it to him because he will jack up a lot of shots to get those great numbers.
Losses for me to put
and so he's not in it, but he was a runner-up. Or what do they call like the certain nominations where you're like, yeah, you got nominated, but you're not getting it.
Right.
But my player is going to be Tyrese Halliburton. Got to stay home again, Oshkosh.
Yeah.
I got to go Halliburton because, I mean, even though they lost tonight, they still got a winning record. They
didn't lose. They got blown out.
They got blown out.
That's
at home, too. In Indiana, they got blown out. The reason why I'm going to give it to Tyrese is because the numbers that he's averaging this last week, crazy. I mean, putting up like crazy assist numbers with no turnovers.
Yeah.
That was insane stat. I seen it. Crazy. I was watching the Pacers game earlier, and he had a turnover in the first quarter. And they said this is his first turnover in 91 minutes of basketball. Crazy. And I was like, if you don't know, it's 48 minutes in
that's crazy
basketball game. And I think they were counting the amount of minutes he was on the court, like his last 91 or something like that. Because I'm like, that's crazy to go that long without a turnover. High assist numbers, and he's scoring, too, because he's known as like a facilitator.
Yeah.
But, he's scoring. They had a good week. They beat the Bucks. No, I don't think that was last week. But they've been winning. They've been playing some good basketball.
Yeah, they've definitely been playing good basketball. And they're the highest scoring team in the
highest score. Them dudes want to run, bro.
Man, and Tyrese, the head of that snake.
Yep, they want to run.
But I think he definitely be putting up numbers, man. Yeah. I think he averaged like 23. He's leading the league in assists. I know that.
Yeah, by 2. Like the second place person is Trey Young with like 10, and I think Tyrese averaging like over 12.
Yeah, that's crazy. So with Tyrese, who are you most impressed with this year?
Most impressed with
out of the whole NBA team,
a player or team?
Let's go with player.
Player that I'm most impressed with so far. Part of me wanted to say Curry because I'm like, he's 35, still doing what he does.
You might as well get it to LeBron. Then,
I was thinking about that's what I was saying. I was thinking about that, but I'm like, these guys are superstars, so I want to give somebody some kind of recognition that don't typically get it. But really, it's Tyrese Maxey. Like I just think I had Cam Thomas, but he's hurt right now. But Tyrese, he's filling that void of Harden. And I think the 76ers are looking great. Number 2 team in the East right now. Mm-hmm. I think second or third best record in the league overall. Yeah. But it's not easy to come in and replace a guy on the top 75 list.
It is when they're in your way.
Understandable, but I'm like, he's making it effortless. Like, it was a easy transition. Like, he came right out the gate looking like, hey, this is my I'm Robin. I'm gonna look great.
That's a good pick, but you could have saw this last year. You can tell that Harden was in his way.
But I thought he was gonna be good. I didn't think it would translate to wins that it is now. I thought the 76ers might start off 7-4, 7-5. The fact that
nobody
they're winning
expected
games.
them to win games.
Exactly. I thought that number 1 was going to be Celtics or Bucks, and I thought they're going to be the top 2, even though it's only a couple games, so they're not that far away from each other. I thought he would put up good numbers, but I thought he would have those type of numbers where it's like, okay, he's performing, but his field goal percentage is lower, his assists don't look great, his turnovers a little high. So he may get 25, 26 a game, but it's all going to be off a 9 for 19 type of shooting night. Nah, he's looking good. He has a good field goal percentage, turnovers aren't high, assists are up. Yeah. And they're winning, so that's why I got to give it to him.
Yeah, who I did have Cam Thomas too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had him. He's missing games.
He's hurt now, which is gonna hurt my MIP. Most valuable, most improved player. Mm-hmm. But I still think he'll probably still get it. He'll be able to play 65 games at least. I gave it to who I'm most impressed with is Tyrese.
Tyrese?
I thought
you tried to poke holes at my argument.
Halliburton, no.
And then he go with the same option. It's different. That's why you let me go first, because he was like, pause. Because he realized, man, Shane is always right.
No.
Shane is always right. I want to be right too.
It's just who you impressed with. Like him, I saw that stat too. The 91, like I knew that he was gonna be good. But
you talking about Halliburton this year?
Yeah, Halliburton, not
gotcha.
Maxey, not Maxey.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
talking about Halliburton right now.
We're gonna keep it in the Tyrese family right now. Both of the Tyrese are performing well.
Let Tyrese go ahead and
he was an all-star last year.
Yeah.
So if you trying to say my argument, at least your guy, he was an all-star last year.
Yeah, but like you think, okay, he's an all-star, but at the same time, I didn't think he was gonna be like take it to another level.
They paid him all that money. He made the all-star team. He was supposed to do this.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. But yes, he's supposed to do. He's supposed to do this. But
he's actually doing it.
It would translate to wins, though. I didn't think it was translate to wins.
I called it. First episode, I called it.
I'm not gonna say you're wrong.
I called it. I knew it.
You was right on that one.
We didn't know Tyrese was going to keep that team.
Think that
well, Maxey,
he's been the one. He's the one. Halliburton. He's the one that impressed me the most this year because I knew Maxey was going to be good. I knew. I didn't know Halliburton was going to be this good, scoring and assisting, and got the like.
And this is most, why I'm the voice. Right here, because we all knew Tyrese Halliburton was going to have this year. The Pacers knew it. That's why they paid him.
Right? A dead clock is right twice a day. This is one of his.
Everybody knew that, though. Right. Even on the top 100 list, Tyrese was ranked like 20 on there. Yeah. When last year he was ranked like 48. Everybody knew except you because we know hoops. We know hooping. We knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, but I didn't.
You didn't know because you're not watching.
I didn't think it was going to translate to wins though, and being one of the top teams in being one of the top teams in the East right now.
I feel you on that. That's a good choice. I'm just trying to mess with you. Yeah.
No, I feel you. So last question: who are you least impressed with this year?
Least impressed with? Honestly, Trae Young is who I'm least impressed with.
You know he's second in assists right now.
Second in assists. His field goal percentage is not good at all. And it's a lot of people. The reason why I put Trae Young on here is because I keep waiting for Trae Young to be more.
Yeah.
And I feel like 23-10. His rookie, his sophomore year, he averaged like 29 and 10.
Yeah, he averaged like 30. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like averaged 29-10 second year.
But that's a good season though, man.
And then the next year, he averaged like 28 and 9. And so the year where we're looking at Luka and saying, hey, Luka is going to win MVP this year or top 3. There was a whole thing about how him and Trae Young got drafted. Look at the trajectory that Luka is on. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Trae Young kind of plateaus. Like that Hawks team just can't seem to be good, whereas this Mavs team has figured out how to be good with the best player on that team. And I feel like the Hawks, I just keep expecting the Hawks to be better.
Yeah. I mean, I think...
And Trae Young to be better.
Yeah. But, I mean, I'm not really worried about Trae Young. I think he's going to get it together. I think he's going to go ahead and do what he got to do.
He shouldn't have to get it together. He should be together.
Yeah, but Dame had to get it together too.
But he came for a new team, new system.
Fair.
And he got traded like a month before the season started. Trae Young, we've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
He had a year where he went to the conference. Like, I'm waiting for Trae Young to put up, like, to be in that top 10 for MVP. Right now, Halliburton is there. Like Halliburton is who Trae Young should.
I get what
his season should look like. So I'm a little disappointed.
I get what you're saying. Who I had is I don't think anybody would have had him. Pascal Siakam. This dude, man. Mm-hmm. What happened to Pascal
Spicy
Siakam?
P.
Spicy P. What happened to Spicy P? I don't know what this dude. Have you seen him play? He had a few good games, but then
he's here or he's here.
Yeah, if you see him like,
I'm here.
You see him like a whole bunch of like 11-point games, 2 11-point games, and then you see him with like a 13-point game.
Yeah.
Then you see him score 39.
36,
Yeah, scored 39, 36. So he's just been up and down. And like, I thought when Fred VanVleet left, I thought that Siakam was gonna be like, that was gonna be his team.
Yeah.
To where he is like, all right, let me get into this 25, 26 a game score. I thought he was going to take over the Raptors.
Yeah, he's supposed to.
he's not doing that. And I just be like, Siakam, what is up, man?
Yeah.
I think he just need a new change of scenery, man.
Yeah, he's just one of the players I feel like they kind of like plateau. Like, you expecting them to be. I remember there was a time when they were comparing him to Giannis. They were like, what does Giannis do that Spicy P doesn't do?
Yeah.
And I was like, come on. Like, I can't stand when people just say Giannis is a run and dunk man.
All the people that Giannis gets compared to always plateaus or goes down by weight. Always.
Plateau.
Anthony Davis definitely surpassed him. Spicy P definitely surpassed him. Bam Adebayo, Bam is playing good ball, but he's no Giannis.
Yeah.
Like, they need to stop comparing.
Whenever
people
those
to
Giannis comments start coming up about how he's just running dunk man and all that, I'm like, hey, no, man, Giannis.
Man.
There's a reason why, and it's because he's 7 feet. Then why nobody else is doing it?
That's 7 feet. Man, that dude got skill, man. That dude got skill. But yeah, that concludes episode 4 already.
Yeah.
Hey, we at episode 4. Next week we're gonna have a guest. I don't want to reveal the guest.